know you got me.
Welcome to this talk show, Insider Edition. I'm Gabby Tompkins, your host today, and we'll be speaking with Miss Joanne Celestin Grace. Meet Joanne Celestin Grace, a nurse practitioner, most definitely a wellness expert, and also the founder of Intrinsic Beauty. With over 20 years in healthcare, she has blended science, self-care, and intention to help women glow from the inside out. Nice Joanne. Welcome. How are you today?
Doing well.
It's a beautiful, beautiful day, right?
It is.
Holiday season?
I know.
We don't have any ice here in Florida, but let's break something.
Amen to that.
You are all things beauty, all things wellness, all things skincare. So, in this holiday chaos, what's your go-to reset ritual?
Ooh, what's my take? In the bathroom, go ahead and just lock that door. Put on some Mariah Carey music, right? I was listening to that today, just getting ready. And just getting into the festive, cheering season and reminding myself that here we are at the end of 2025 and we've all made it, right? Like,
amen.
I mean, if you really think about how we started 2025 compared to now, what I'm so grateful for is just for this calmness and stillness that's happening. And that as a community, but individually, that, we realize like we're very resistant and we can swim, right? We can learn to swim in whatever the waves bring. So I'm very happy about, where we are right now in the sense of, ending 2025 and knowing that, we can really get through a lot of things together. Yeah.
I love it. So your reset ritual is really just gratitude.
It's gratitude. Music is very important. Also having I call it my little emergency box. It's my rescue box. And my rescue box essentially just means whether it's spoken words or motivational words that I listen to. So I have particular people that I listen to. Music, a particular song that's inspirational, as well as a ritual, like something that I would do, and of course meditation, prayer, speaking, into the world, certain things, or even just releasing things, working through those. So those are kind of my little rescues. So whenever I get tense and stressed out, I can find a reset button with all of those things, and it really helps.
Okay, I love it. Getting centered and grounded. Yep. Very, very important holiday season. Think about yourself. We're thinking about others so much.
Absolutely.
We always have to ground and get back to center.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Now, this time does naturally make us reflective, and like you said, just thinking about all the things we've been through this year, you're clearly very reflective in that sense. Before the degrees of the business of it, who were you? Who was Joanne? Yes.
Yeah. Well, before that, I'm from a descendant family from Haiti.
Okay.
And so I am the daughter of two wonderful parents. And I just was raised in mission work. Okay. And so doing a lot of mission work very early on. Both of my parents were very successful. And so, but we were always very rooted and connected with the community, and consistently seeing how, my parents were able to create jobs for a lot of people. They were able to impact housing for them and also medical care and so forth, spiritual care, all of that. And so that's kind of how I was raised. As a child, believe it or not, I wanted to be Mother Teresa. That's what I wanted to. That was my inspiration. I would see all the sea of kids, they would show her. I'm not going to give away my age, but, I would see the sea of kids just, the orphans just grabbling for her. And she was known as someone who just really cared about children and she cared about charity and all so forth. And I was that's my dream, just to be around all these, kids in need and really be a mother to them, right? So then I grew up and I thought I'd be a pediatrician, but then I saw I remember the first birth I saw as an intern. I was like, oh, no. All that blood and stuff. I don't know if I can handle that, being like an OBGYN or anything. But I've always been into, journaling. As a child, I paid a lot of attention to spiritual teachings and so forth. Spent a lot of time with myself, and I could say that always has been a great foundation for me, because even as I've grown into an adulthood, I think everybody goes through their different season and they might feel lost or trying to figure things out. But the question you have to ask yourself is, do you enjoy being with yourself? Do you like yourself? Like, do you find yourself fun? Do you find yourself like entertaining enough? Do you find yourself inspiring enough? And I think that sense of like well-being within myself has always like been able to kind of carry me back into the place I need to be, the path I need to be, and that has been such a blessing. But it took time, right? Like, I had to be that child that, back then we didn't have social media. My parents put in some like, restrictions is how much time I'm away from home, like at my friend's house, hanging out, and just being grounded like that. Having those boundaries helped me spend time with myself, and I just learned to get to know me, Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you were very well prepared for adulthood. Some of us were kind of out there swimming a little bit and sinking. And
even as an adult, I get it.
I love it. So you've been grounded since childhood, so that's really just helped you understand you had a root in nurturing. It sounds like your childhood was so nurturing, you wanted to be Mother Teresa, that it kind of just is coming to full fruition with your business. I love that. And a lot of women do struggle though, knowing self and then pivoting to entrepreneurship. What kind of advice would you give those women who are kind of in that space, like they got one foot going, maybe not? Yeah.
Number one is, once you've decided that you really have a calling and that you're ready for that lifestyle of being an entrepreneur. It's not glamorous, it's can be very stressful. But the thing is, you have to look at not so much as much dedication and work it's going to take, as much as like, how you can impact others, right? So if you're kind of a service-driven person, you're gonna realize like, although I'm doing this and I'm making a living off of this, like I'm actually also helping this many people. And as your business like grows, you have to realize like you're going to be adding people to your team, you're going to be creating jobs, and again, you're impacting people's like homes, and so it's a really great honor if you can see yourself as like, I have this calling to create something that will help feed a child, help a mom buy their child a gift, help a dad be a true provider. And so it kind of goes beyond just you. So definitely grappling past just the success and the money. You need that, obviously, but remember that money is going to be spread out. You want it rotating through different hands, and you want other people to have an ability to be a part of that, so that it can bring them the blessings and the dreams they need.
I love it. Yeah. It's always bringing it back full circle. I love how you're just so centered in service. I love that. But you are also known for product matching, though. I have seen the things. Read the reviews. Yes. So what's the biggest mistake though that people make when choosing products?
So with Intrinsic Beauty, which is my first business, right? Intrinsic Beauty focuses on matching individuals with skincare products to help solve a problem, right? So it's aesthetics is important because you do need like, you know, healthy looking skin, and you want anti-wrinkling and so forth. But there are other people who have issues with acne, which is a medical condition, or discoloration, eczema, all of those are like medical conditions. And so we really focus on educating about product ingredients, understanding the type of skin you actually have. So again, getting to know yourself, right?
Yes.
How are you carrying your hair? How are, you know, like, do you use hairspray? You know, is it getting on your chin? You know, what product you're using on your hair. If you use a lot of coconut oil, that could be, you know, causing a lot of acne if your hair's in your face. So all of those things, you know. So I really try to focus on coaching, first educating people about your own skin, your own habits, what kind of issues you're having with your skin, and then these are the products we want that has these ingredients that can actually help correct some of that.
Okay, I love it. I love it. I'm an aesthetics educator. I'm sorry. I'm an aesthetics educator as well. And right now, I am teaching my students. Social media is so loud. Like, I'm so sick of the influencers. I'm like, show me your credentials, right?
Yes.
What are some trends right now that are going on that you're like, let's not do that, but the other ones you're like, oh yeah, let's do that. I love it. More of that.
Yeah, I think that you know, I'm no judgment to anyone, right? But I agree with you. Oftentimes I hear advice and I'm like, who is this person? You know, like, what is this? I think that what we need to look at, the trends that I think are harmful is some ideas that just because something is organic or whatever, we could just throw it in our face. I think that that's very dangerous. I think that you have to know that certain products aren't very good for your face. I would just say, like, for instance, coconut oil, and anything. Coconut is like God's great invention to us. It's got such healing properties. It's excellent for your hair, but it is not good for your face. And oftentimes I remember watching the YouTube where this girl made like a mask and she used like a huge amount of coconut oil, and I'm like, somebody's gonna put that on their face. And that is like, yeah. I mean, you have to think, like, even something as simple as vitamin E, which is pretty pure. People can use vitamin E on their skin, and it has great benefits. And some people can tolerate it on their face, but I've known people to literally have full reactions with just the vitamin E oil. So we have to be very careful about any of these things. I say, if you want to do it yourself kind of person, or any products you buy, you should always test your skin. So use a very small area for you to test first, and then, you know, move forward. Sometimes products, whether you're doing it yourself or you're purchasing it, what you want to do is introduce your skin to that product. And what that means is, you know, if you have acne, and I know you want to get rid of it as fast as possible, right? And so what people tend to do is they get heavy-handed. They want to slap a lot of it as if it's going to miraculously work like today. You know, like, I'm going to go to sleep, tomorrow it's going to be gone. Well, the more you add, it's not going to help it like go away. It's a gradual effect, and so you don't want to introduce like a heavy amount on your face right then and there, because that can definitely cause a reaction. And next thing you know, you're not wanting to use that product anymore. So introducing things gradually, especially if you're new to it. What that means is you put it on today and you may skip tomorrow, and then so like every other day. It might even be every other 2 days, you know, if it's a particular cream or so forth. Allow your skin, and then you taper it, you know, up. So meaning then we go from every other day to every day, and then from every day maybe to twice a day, whatever the directions may be. But you definitely want to slowly introduce certain things to your face. Yeah.
I completely agree. And you definitely answered my next question.
Okay.
Because so many people, especially looking at social media and seeing everybody else's skin, everybody's so, like, I want what somebody else has right now in society, right? So people are overwhelmed because Tina's got 10 to 12 steps to her skincare, and she's got glass skin. And then Lisa over here has 4 steps, and she looks like a fairy.
Yes.
So, like, how would you say it's easier for somebody who knows nothing about skincare to jump into it, but kind of understand better with their skin, other than the every other day method? Like, how do they understand the product?
Okay, yeah. So Intrinsic Beauty is very much about skincare matching. So it's definitely a more skincare coaching business, and that kind of pivots into my other business, which is Intrinsic Wellbeing. Intrinsic Wellbeing is a pure platform where we teach about skin health, and we do health and wellness education. But our focus is on skin health. We're the only one who's doing that right now. And what we do is we actually teach people, anyone in the workplace. So we primarily work with large groups in workplaces, and then we kind of support the individual as well. And we teach them, if you've never done any skincare at all, I always suggest we start with a very minimalist routine. So it's been wonderful with this business because I get to spend time with men who work the yard or at a facility, or women who work in an office, but they're just not into makeup and skin and all that, and they really just never had an opportunity to kind of bounce things off people's head, or anyone to talk to about skincare. So we teach a very minimalist skincare routine. So that's a good start. The other part is, let's just say you are pretty into skincare, you have to master the behavior of doing the routines. Are you doing it twice a day? And so, you got to think, if somebody's doing 17 steps twice a day, that person has a lot of time. That may not be your life, that's not my life. I know I don't have that time. Maybe the 17 steps can happen on a weekend when the kids are away, but technically, it's really more about remembering your life, your bubble, what kind of life you're living, and what will work for you. But at the end of the day, what's more effective than any product is your behavior. Are you able to do this on a day-to-day basis? Because, coming to me or purchasing a product is like going to the doctor. Going to your dermatologist is like going to the doctor. Going to your esthetician is like going to the doctor, okay? But your doctor can give you a script. Are you taking your medicine at home daily? Are you going to the gym every day to get that weight loss? Like, it's not a magic potion. So at the end of the day, creating the routine and learning the habits and building your discipline and muscle for that is what's going to get you further than trying to mimic someone who's doing 17 steps on social media.
That is so very true, and that's one reason that so many of your clients talk about such a glow up. It seems that you really get in there. It's more of a holistic approach.
Yes.
What are some things that you're recommending for a majority of your clients is actually creating that surface change and surface change underneath there as well?
Yeah, so the glow up, the truth about glow up is, number one, I would tell people, let your skin breathe. So if you're someone who feels like every day I have to put makeup on, or you're not happy with your skin but you're trying to cover stuff up, so which tends to make you want to apply the makeup, you really have to realize, if I have a goal to have healthy skin, I need to allow my skin to breathe. That's number one. So allowing yourself to not always feel like you need to be glamored up, right? That's number one. Number two, we talked about the routine. You definitely want to do the routine. You want to make sure your products are non-toxic. Some products we're doing is very toxic. Your makeup has to be very non-toxic too. I'm not going to say any brands, but we know some brands are created for camera, and then some brands were created, more for, clean makeup is what we call that, right? And so you want to make sure you're using these quality products as well. I believe that as far as the surface of your skin, you want to look and consider really focusing on microdermabrasions, and so using scrubs, using masks. Those are very good for you. Even at-home masks are good and healthy as long as we stay away from certain products like we talked about. Those are very good. You make them right then and there in your home, and then you apply them. Those are very good as well. So I have a class that I teach, which is like do-it-yourself face mask, and that's like we're using honey, we're using brown sugar, you know, and we're using certain healthy oils that were created for the face, you know, and certain powders or, you know, clays or so forth to make a face mask. Those are great things that will change the surface of your face and actually really help you achieve that glow.
I love it. So I do have a burning question when it comes back to these trends.
Yeah.
Tallow has been big this year. What is your opinion?
Tallow
Tallows and everything.
Yes. You know, products that is, you know, trendy and that just comes on board, or they have like a big celebrity push with it. This is marketing, obviously, very much marketing. I personally have not tried this product, so I'm not going to come here and say that I know the quality of it is yay or nay. But again, it kind of gets back to the fact that if we can become very well educated about ingredients, then we will be able to look at a product and see that maybe some certain things in there aren't that great, and then maybe some things are wonderful for your skin, but to what amount? I think that the big frenzies and, you know, the big like, you know, push that you see, it's marketing. So I just never get caught up in the hype with that. I definitely think, and then you have to think that also, I just want people to consider that you have to know yourself, know your household, and you have to know where your budget is. You create a budget for skin health, and so, you know, also make sure that, you know, you're not buying something and paying you $50 because of a name brand, even though it's not worth $50. I went to the dollar store and I saw some skin. I saw a whole routine. I was shocked. I saw serum. I said serum. I saw like toner. I mean, they had a spread. So much so I bought it because I was like, I'm gonna have to go home and try this. But I didn't get to try it. But my point is, like, you know, don't always get caught up in the hype. And so I have had so many people who I believe, you know, could have healthier looking skin, and I consult with them, and then I tell them, and they're like, oh, but I wear Chanel. I use Chanel. That's what I use, and I'm happy. And I'm like, okay, you know, but I mean, you know, I can tell you that I think they can do better. Again, not knocking Chanel out, but it's to say that, you know, people say certain things or want to be affiliated with certain things just for the fact of the name brand. And it's it's very important that you don't get caught up in that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, looking ahead, what's your vision for Intrinsic Beauty within the next 5 years?
Oh, in the next 5 years, I definitely will see that Intrinsic Beauty will be multi-state, in the sense that we are looking to expand our coaching platform, where people can really have a true wellness coach to work with them. Definitely having a more integrated education platform so people can kind of look up their ingredients and right then and there. And then, you know, looking at a storefront where we are able to create our own skincare, where we are able to kind of coach people. You can come in right then and there, create your own skincare, walk away with it, keep your formula, and reorder that. So we're looking forward to really being more open and expanding our services to the community.
What all you have planned for the next 5 years for Intrinsic Beauty. It's just very, very exciting to know that in this area, we're going to have somewhere where we can go and actually get the full education that we need, a holistic approach, and a wellness person who like actually cares and looks like us. That looks good out there. It looks like us as well.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. Where can our audience connect with you, Ms. Joanne? Where can they find all of your things?
Oh, yes. So first you can start off with the website. It's mycelestialface.com. And so with our website, we can definitely, you can reach out to us, we can connect, you can shop as well. So we do provide a list of things that you can, just some home, items and products that you can use to take care of yourself. And so, we also have our education platform, which is myintrinsicwellbeing.com, and that one as well. This is more of our education platform. So either way, on those websites, we're able to assist and help.
And what about social media? Where can they find
Social media, yes. Intrinsic Beauty on Instagram is well and alive, and then we have the My Intrinsic Wellbeing on Instagram as well. But yes, definitely social media is super easy.
All right, you guys know exactly where to find her. We're so excited. I just want to thank you again, Ms. Joanne. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Can't wait to pick your brain after this as well. But thank you for that reminder that Glow Up is just so much more than just products. It's all about a holistic approach, intention, wellness, and just overall care for yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you again. This has been Influencer Insight with Ms. Joanne Celestin Grace of Intrinsic
Nice.
Let me just pretend to talk.
Cut.
Each step we take, we pave the way. We were made for a time like this. Get up and go, get up and go, get up and go, get up and go. And that's on code. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. Always grind mode. And don't forget self-love, 'cause that's important.